at Government House. I'm Regis Cartwright. This is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
This 11 o'clock, more uneasiness on the labor front as unions meet today with the Prime Minister. Their reviews of today's discussions just ahead. Diplomatic Week kicks off today. Scores of foreign officers in town for the week-long engagement. Opening ceremonies held this morning as the Foreign Affairs Minister lays out the charge. And the leading victims advocate lands a prestigious honor, the award given to Candy Gibson of Foam. Those stories, today's other news, this late night, Monday, October 20th, 2025.
The Bahamas tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
And it is good to have you with us this late night. I'm Corbell Pye. From our big story here at 11 comes from labor. A meetup this morning between the Prime Minister and leaders of the two unions representing one of the country's main telecommunications providers ending in mixed reviews. An apparently defiant Bahamas Communications Public Managers Union President Kendrick Knowles says his team will no longer be quiet about the Bahamas Telecommunications Company's alleged mistreatment of their 59 members. He appears confident the Prime Minister will address these concerns.
Meeting today with the Prime Minister was very enlightening and motivating. The Prime Minister brought a significant amount of ease to us in hearing our situation, but more importantly, being able to give us an indication that he understands and he feels what's been going on there. There was some things we mentioned that he was kind of familiar with. There were some details he wasn't familiar with, and we were very encouraged. He kind of even motivated us. He's definitely a pro-union Prime Minister, and we really appreciate what he shared with us today.
Speaking today with our Vaughn Albury, BCPOU President Sherry Benjamin tells us she left that meeting very satisfied.
I'm very encouraged by the meeting today. A lot of the stuff that we laid on the table today, we felt we should have done so. We felt that person should have been listening to us a long time because these aren't new cries. But now we're happy that the Prime Minister is listening, the leader of the country is listening, and we encourage that something positive is going to come out of all of this.
Elsewhere tonight, members of the media are no stranger to frontline politics, and the run-up to the next general election has proven no different. Two media executives seeking nominations for the 2026 showdown, one of them already getting the nod to run on the party's ticket. A veteran journalist turned diplomat weighed in on the issue with our LaDon Davis.
O.B. Wilshcombe was a media man. Fred Mitchell came out of media. All over the United States, most of the diplomats that I'm working with in Washington, D.C. have been in media.
A veteran journalist himself, Bahamas ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Wendell Jones, is of the view that seasoned media personnel offering themselves for public office will open up an even bigger doors for younger journalists seeking a similar path.
Some of the best politicians in the world have been media people. And perhaps one of these days, one of you people would be an ambassador or be a member of parliament, because media people, they should have a well-rounded knowledge about local matters, about international matters, and are best able to speak to the current issues of the day.
While this all bodes well for service to country, Ambassador Jones says there are some rules and guidelines political aspirants entering politics should adhere to. You
cannot be serving as an executive in a media company and immediately jump into politics. I believe that a resignation at the appropriate time is necessary, and then you get involved.
Ambassador Jones offered this advice to media personnel putting their hat in the ring to contest the upcoming general election.
There are a whole lot of people who are getting involved in politics in the Bahamas who are ill-prepared. And I believe that media people, having regard to the fact that they've been covering all of the hot-button issues over the many years, they should be well positioned. Just look at the Governor General, the former Governor General, Sir Arthur Folkes, who was an editor of the Tribune and then became editor of the Bahamian Times, then served as Minister of Tourism.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Well, reporters also asking Ambassador Jones today about Bahamians traveling to the United States since President Donald Trump was reelected nearly a year ago. He says while they've been critical of the way they've been treated when applying for U.S. visas, this hasn't translated into a significant dip in the number of Bahamians heading to America, whether for business, leisure, or education.
Bahamians really do not need visas to travel. They can travel on a police record. But the vast majority of Bahamians going to Miami or Fort Lauderdale, they want a visa. So the bottom line is that we still have a constant flow of Bahamians traveling all over the United States.
Ambassador Jones, just one of nearly 100 foreign diplomats meeting here in the capital for Diplomatic Week. This year's focus, delivering security, opportunity, and justice through diplomacy. For us again tonight, LaDawn Davis.
The Bahamas government is said to be committed to a strategic foreign policy reflecting the complexity of our times and one that is competitive in the global arena. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis reaffirmed to delegates attending Diplomatic Week that diplomacy here in the Bahamas still works and a reasonable dialogue can still settle disputes. The Prime Minister added that diplomacy is the foundation of a country's survival and its impact is vast.
We are a small island nation, but we live within a global system that moves with great speed. The tides that reach our shores carry the effects of global decisions made far beyond these islands. When energy markets fluctuate, it changes the cost of electricity that powers our homes, our schools, and our hotels.
According to the Prime Minister, it was 50 years ago when the Bahamas began its diplomatic relations with the European Union and Japan. But after that, he says the Bahamas was relatively young and untested in its global affairs. He later thanked both countries for their strong partnership.
I'm honored to welcome over a dozen ambassadors representing European Union member states and His Excellency Yasuhiro Atsumi of Japan. Your presence affirms the value of long-term commitment. It tells a story about how the world changes, yet trust can endure. These relationships were not built in moments of ease alone. They were built through changing governments, shifting economies, and evolving global realities.
Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Fred Mitchell shed some light on his ministry's foreign policy goals.
We believe in safe and lawful migration for our own citizens and for all people in the world. We make a special plea at this time for Haiti and its security and governance. Our trade relations are good, with the vast majority of the 11 million people who visit this country of 400,000 every year reporting a positive experience.
Day 3 of Diplomatic Week will continue with sessions on trade diversification, artificial intelligence, and the 50th anniversary reception right here at the Bahama Resort on Tuesday. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
The Caribbean's third largest country still in crisis, with international news indicating that what began as gang violence has escalated into a nationwide struggle for power. Bahamas Chargé d'Affaires to Haiti, Commander Julian Smith, gives us some insight into how our team of officers have been coping there.
Those teams in country are presently well secured, and they're conducting their duties in the most professional military manner. They're well housed. They're conducting various administrative and logistical duties. One of the concerns that the Bahamian people have is with regards to their primary safety in terms of being engaged in military combat operations on the front line. And that is one of the particular things that the government has expressed that it will not forego in terms of having its troops engage at that level.
The upheaval in Haiti, not the only issue concerning CARICOM leaders. CARICOM Chairman, Jamaican Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness this weekend reaffirmed his support for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of countries in the region and the safety and livelihoods of its people. The high-level discussions surfaced after 2 Trinidad and Tobago citizens were among 6 victims of a U.S. strike that destroyed a boat off the coast of Venezuela last Tuesday. While the government is also monitoring these events, here's National Security Minister, the Honorable Wayne Monroe's advice.
My advice to Bahamians, just stay out of go-fast boats off the coast of Venezuela.
The CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality promotes efficiency and competitive production in goods and services through the process of standardization and the verification of quality. Fern Carey has more on the opening of its 47th council meeting at the Warwick Hotel on Paradise Island.
Delegations from across the region and the European Union are focusing on ways to strengthen the quality infrastructure across the Caribbean. This as they deliberate in the council meeting for the CARICOM Regional Organization for Standards and Quality, or CROSQ, this week. CROSQ's Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Sharon May Smith-Walker, says strengthening regional quality infrastructure is pivotal for the development of trade and the overall development of the Caribbean.
For this to happen, people have to understand why quality matters. And so we have to have that pillar of quality promotions that help us to sensitize our publics on why it's important to have your goods that are produced, that are consistent with specifications for your market, your international markets, but also for those specifications that are established within your own territory.
These delegates are committed to enhancing quality infrastructure across the region, especially in the midst of emerging global trends.
We need to ensure that there are standards or guidelines to ensure that the application or the use or even the development of AI, is harmonized across the board, so we can bring that same issue of unity into comparability among even the smaller states. So our goal is really to ensure that decisions are made in the issue of standards and quality to facilitate the policies of our respective governments.
The meeting comes as the Bahamas continues its push to develop a quality culture nationwide.
We're moving with our Made in the Bahamas certification program. We launched it last year, so it's a good time for us to highlight all the good things we're doing. We are starting a new strategic agenda at the Bureau, and so is CROSQ. So we're going to deliberate on all of these matters, look at their strategic agenda, ensure that we are aligning ourselves with the regional purposes, the regional framework in the quality infrastructure, and the international markets are also here. ISO is here.
At the end of the meeting, members will make a decision on the issue of standards and quality that will facilitate the policies of respective governments. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
All right, Fern, we take a break here, but when we come back this late night, PHA celebrates Pink Sunday. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. That story, the day's other news, and so much more to stay up for.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this market.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
We continue this late night. A woman's attempt to end her life early this morning was thwarted. Police report that a male acquaintance contacted them just before 7 this morning. That's when investigating officers found the victim in the area of Williams Court off Shirley Street with self-inflicted wounds to both forearms. Emergency personnel were called and she was rushed to hospital for treatment and further assessment. The matter is under an active investigation. The National Youth Guard focuses on equipping young people with the tools needed to assist the nation with the help of private and public agencies during national emergencies such as natural disasters. Fern Carey reports on the Prime Minister's words of advice to the program's newest graduates.
Some 15 National Youth Guard cadets enhancing the ranks of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force. They are among over 100 new Marines who officially joined the Defense Force following a passing out ceremony at the Defense Force Coral Harbor Base after completing 20 weeks of rigorous training. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis touted the success of the Youth Guard program. He said that apart from training young people in job readiness skills, it has paved the way for hundreds of cadets to serve in the country's security forces.
Minister Wayne Monroe adeptly incorporated the Guard into the Ministry of National Security so that their deployment can be coordinated with our security forces as needed. For those former Youth Guard cadets who stand here now, you answered our call, not once, but twice. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing that service can change individual lives, even as it changes and strengthens our nation.
Defense Force Commodore Floyd Moxey says a recruitment exercise is taking place across the country with a new intake of recruits scheduled for January of 2026.
We went to Abaco a few weeks ago. We are going to islands in the southern Bahamas. We are going to Andros. We are going to Eleuthera. And we are going to try and recruit the people so that we can continue to build this Royal Bahamas Defense Force.
He noted that more manpower resources are needed to strengthen the Defense Force's capacity to safeguard our nation's borders.
We talk about decentralization, and for decentralization, with the small boat station that's going to be co-located with the maritime surveillance system, we really need to get the Royal Bahamas Defense Force up to about 4,000 to 5,000 persons so that we can effectively accomplish our mandate, which is to protect, to patrol the sovereignty of this country.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Compassion born from tragedy has defined the life's work of Candy Gibson, founder and director of Families of All Murder Victims, better known as FOAL. That same compassion has now earned her the title of CIBC Caribbean's 2025 Unsung Hero for the Bahamas. Selected for her extraordinary leadership and commitment to helping families navigate loss and trauma, Gibson was celebrated during the CIBC Caribbean Unsung Heroes Recognition Dinner recently. Gibson says she's deeply humbled by this honor as her work to help those in need continues. The Public Hospitals Authority Foundation celebrated Pink Sunday yesterday at Life Changers Ministries International. The initiative, which began just last year, has already become a heartfelt symbol of unity and awareness in the fight against breast cancer. PHA Foundation Director Alana Major described the church as a rock and said there was no other option.
Our bedrock is based in the church. So we believe starting out with the faith community is the best way to get the message out. And it's also a way to have care extended, not just from us, from a medical standpoint, but care extended from the church and from the community.
She also highlighted PHA's mammogram movement.
Making sure that we can get the message out to encourage persons not just to be aware of breast cancer, but to make sure for women and for men that they're getting their testing done. Also to promote our mammogram movement. The mammogram movement is our initiative to raise funds, $1 million in fact, for 2 mammogram machines. One for the Princess Margaret Hospital here in Nassau and one for the Rand Hospital in Grand Bahama.
Charles Fisher is manning the sports desk. He's here now with a preview of what's ahead at 11.
Coming up in sports, Amajal Knowles speaks with the first ever female president of the Bahamas Football Association.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new.
Signature hot wings.
What's your flavor?
Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken. Ghost pepper wings.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
Good evening. The sun is out, but thanks for staying up late for the Bahamas Tonight Sports. I'm Charles Fisher. I'm sitting in for the vacationing Amajal Knowles. Game 3 of the New Providence Softball Association Men and Ladies Championship Series swinging Saturday at the Bankers Blue Hills Field. Finally, the weather was good. Let's start first with the ladies, where the Ballers and defending champs Sunshine Auto Wildcats came into this game all even at a game apiece. This one would get out of hand early as the Wildcats would put the bat on the ball. Wildcats would tack on 3 runs in the third and 2 in the fourth and fifth respectively to take this game 14-4 and a 2-1 series lead.
Well, we got to play just as we play tonight. Everybody in the game together. That's all we need.
This
Play
team
together.
isn't going away, though.
Oh, no, we can't estimate them. You know what I mean? Because if they waiting on us, come get it.
We have a tremendous group here with us. We have a good mix of some veteran players and a good mix of some young players. And along with that is growing pains as well, as we saw toward the end of the game. But all in all, throughout it, we have a great group of young ladies here, and they do have the fight, the grit. Got to toughen up a little bit, every so often, but the spirits are still up. We're down one to defending champions, but hey, we're coming back to tie this game up on Tuesday. We're missing a few players, but hey, everybody have to step up to do what they need to do for the team.
As for the men's series, this one just about over as the Gremlins took a 3-zip lead on the Renegades with a 13-3 shellacking. Renegades now find themselves in a must-win come Tuesday, or watch the Gremlins celebrate. From a softball and baseball great laid to rest on Saturday, hundreds turned out to pay their final respect to sports legend Eddie Ford, whose funeral was held at St. Mary's the Virgin Anglican Church. Ford is the only Bahamian to score 100 points in a basketball game. He played baseball at the semi-pro level, outstanding cricketer, also played softball and golf, and served as a certified international softball and baseball umpire. A Bahamian National Sports Hall of Fame inductee, he was part of the famous Ford clan, who produced some of the country's best athletes, both male and female. During the memorial service held last week at the Andrew Rogers Baseball Diamond, the Providence Baseball League President Jeff Francis spoke of his idol.
During the days of the Bahamas Baseball Association, when we were kids, we would walk from Wolf Road, Brenda Barnes playing, or Del James playing. We would be in the light towers, in the bush, on the trees, because they had a guy at the gate named George. You weren't sneaking in that ballpark. So we had to watch the game from afar. But we always was there. And we were after the games. When you watch an Eddie Ford home run or Eddie Ford run down that baseball, we go in Stephen Dillett and we try to emulate that. And so it is play had a very powerful influence on our lives as young men in Stephen Dillett.
First ever female of the Bahamas Football Association, Anya James, with a key appointment on the governing board of soccer. Amajal Knowles sat down with her on that and much more.
The Bahamas Football Association with the trio of executives being selected to key FIFA standing committees. Among them, the body's president, Anya James, who was named chairperson of the FIFA Youth Girls Competitions Committee, which oversees the development, structure, and delivery of international girls' youth tournaments, including the FIFA U17 and U20 Women's World Cups. We spoke to James on what this new role means for her.
The Youth Girls Competitions Committee, the committee that I chair, will be responsible for advising the FIFA Council on the development of young women's football, the development and the execution of competitions, including the U17 and U20 young women's football competition.
Now back here at home, what's on the BFA's immediate agenda and what's in the pipeline for the very near future?
We're excited about our FIFA Arena project, which is a collaboration with the Ministry of Education, where we're going to partner with them and FIFA and establish 2 mini pitches. The first one is going to be constructed at Columbus Primary, and the second one is scheduled to start construction in about a week or 2 at Garventines Primary.
We also spoke to James on being a female leader in the sports world and the importance of representation and serving as an inspiration for young women that may want to serve in that same capacity.
I think it's very important that we get to see women sitting at the table and making decisions. A lot of times we like to be in the background, but we sit down, we bring a different perspective to sports and to life in general. And I want to encourage more females to get involved at all levels of football and sports and business in general.
The president added that the appointments reflect the Bahamas' growing influence in international football governance and highlight the BFA's continued commitment to advancing the sport at every level. For Zenitol Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thanks for staying up late with us. Thanks for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
Our company has a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done. But at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
This late night, let's get a check on our tropics and also the latest on the weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean with us. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Carvel. In the tropics, we are monitoring a very strong tropical wave in the eastern Caribbean Sea, and it's showing some signs of development and could become a tropical depression within the next day or two, possibly even a tropical storm. Now, the computer models are not all in agreement with the tracking of this system. There are some of those models that are turning it towards the north, and that northward turn will bring it very close to the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands as we head into the weekend. And another grouping of models are keeping it on a westward track. But irregardless of the westward track or the northward turn, residents in the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands certainly will experience an increase in heavy downpours and gusty winds as we head into the weekend. Hence, they should continue to monitor this system very, very closely. And our temperatures around the Family Islands are this evening. Marshall, Babico at 80 degrees, 79 in Green Tool Key. Freeport, Grand Bahama, 79 degrees as well. The Berry Islands, 82. Allenstown, Bimini, 85. 82 in Hopper Island. Rock, Sandy, Lutra, 81. 80 degrees at Allenstown, Cat Island. Black Point, Exuma, Camp Space, Orlando's at 83. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 82 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, 78. Rum Key and San Salvador, 80 degrees. Picking up 78 in Betsy Bay, Magona, and Ackland. Ragged Island at 81 degrees. Matchitown, Inagua, 79. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 83 degrees. Satellite pictures showing a prefrontal trough across the northwest Bahamas. And that will trigger some showers around Grand Bahama, the Abacos, and even in the Berry Island. Could get 1 or 2 here in the capital as well later on tonight. And then there's another frontal boundary just to the southeast Bahamas, and that will continue to support some showers around the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands tonight as well. And our forecast for tonight, clouds breaking a bit. Low temperature 76 degrees. Tomorrow we're looking at partly sunny. 86 degrees for your high temperature and extended weather forecast. Pretty nice weather through Wednesday. Thursday and Friday, we're going to see a few showers work its way into our forecast, and that will be as a result of that tropical system getting a little close to the southeast Bahamas. But as we head into Saturday and Sunday, the skies open up again with lots of sunshine taking us into the early part of next week. Those daytime temperatures, they will continue to reside in the mid to upper 80s during the nighttime, and those nighttime temperatures in the mid-70s. Carvel.
Thank you, Basil, and thank you for being with us this late night. I'm Corbell Pyfrom, and for all of us, take care, be well, and remember, we'll be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at stories making news tonight. The decision to dialogue over demonstrate proved beneficial, according to Bekawu Area Vice. Also, GB Chamber President echoes concerns over skill gaps within the workforce. And students in Bimini honor their elected official.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
I'm going to say yes, 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 and yes. The meeting went almost as well as I expected it to go. In fact, maybe a little better.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, last week's action, or union action rather, did not deter the Prime Minister from pressing ahead with the meetings with other bargaining agents to have their matters heard and addressed. Among them, the Bahamas Educators, Counselors and Allied Workers Union, one of several groups that met with the nation's leader in the capital. While their decision not to join other unions in protest sparked some backlash, Area Vice President says it was a decision rooted in reason and one that led to productive dialogue and tangible outcomes.